Hi everyone, Samantha Kay here, just popped in with a quick review. This review is of Crafters Companions rocker blocks, which are used for rubber stamping. This one is one of the clear ones, which is still from Crafters Companion, but it's the Sheena Douglas brand of Crafters Companion. Crafters Companion also do a purpley colour one. They're still see-through, but obviously they're obscured by the colour. My preference would 100% be clear all the time. I like to see where I'm going to stamp or what I'm stamping, and then whilst you can see through the purple ones, particularly if you had a dark coloured background or a multicoloured background, you might struggle to see it through the purple properly. So, you know, if you are going to go for rocker blocks, I would definitely recommend the clear above the purple. Excuse me. I've always very much been a stamper that thinks, well, I can stamp, I don't need something like this, aren't they a bit gimmicky? They say it does this and that, but you know, I can't see how it can make that much of a difference. And so I've always continued with a normal stamping block like this. Some are a bit thinner, and obviously I've got them in all different sizes. Sometimes I'll put a stamping pad underneath or a stack of paper or something to, you know, help with the impression. But whilst I have dexterity problems with my hands, my main thing being that they shake sometimes, and sometimes I can't grip too much, I tend to be okay putting pressure on stuff. So that's why I've always thought I was alright with stamping. However, someone like my mum and many other people out there, stamping pad or not underneath, she cannot put enough pressure behind certain stamps to get a clear impression. The other thing I sometimes find as well when using a stamping block is sometimes if something's really detailed, I tend to put a bit too much pressure on it because I want to make sure it comes out clear, and then as much as I get a solid colour or a solid black impression, I get a slight splaying and ghosting around the edges where I've pressed so hard. So I just want to demonstrate with a rocker block how it takes out the fact that you don't have to put that extra pressure on, and so you don't ever face that splaying problem. I want to show how it helps with my shaky hands, and I want to show how it will help someone that's got problems with pressure. I purchased some, they come in packs of 2, these thin ones this width, and then a wider one about this width, pack of 2. I got them for the website. When they arrived, I decided to open a pack so I could try them myself, just to, you know, so that if I'm asked questions or that I can answer the questions, and because I thought, you know, if they worked well, I'd give them to my mum. As it happens, I actually love them that much. I'm keeping these, but I will give another set to my mum, because I do think they will help her greatly. So, stamp. I took a small sentiment stamp. It's just a little sentiment out of a Stampendous set. Ink it up. It's on a normal stamp block. Normal amount of pressure, and there's a stamp. I think in a few places actually it might have splayed out a little bit because I put too much pressure on it. And I've got no stamping pad underneath, it's just straight onto glass. Again, this time lighter pressure, perhaps someone that can't press as much, well this time it's missed the M out. I did press on that, just not as hard as I would normally do, but perhaps how hard as someone like my mum could. And something as simple as this little one has already come across a problem without that extra pressure. Also, sometimes when I shake, if I'm trying to keep it in place, it doesn't quite stay in place, or it might just shake at the time. Again, like I say, this can help eliminate that, because stamp it up again. I can rest this edge here against the paper, and that gives me an anchor point. So if I want that stamp there, I can then from there drop that edge onto the paper. This now gives me an anchor point on the paper, so it doesn't matter if my hands are shaking, like I'm purposely shaking it, that is not actually moving the position of the stamp, because this anchor point is pushed firmly down even with the shakes happening. I am now simulating a shake, that's not me really shaking, but still that is not moving, it is staying in place because this anchor point is not allowing it to move. And so from that anchor point I just roll forwards and off, and I've got a perfect stamped impression. On top of that, let me just do it again. On top of that, I am literally, I'll hold these very, very lightly. I can't get across to you how little pressure I'm putting on that. I am literally rocking it. Rock, done, rock, done, rock, done. I mean, that's the third generation and that's still coming out quite clear. So for me, like I say, I was just testing it out. I was going to give it to my mum. I'm definitely going to give a set to my mum, but I have realised just how useful they will be when it comes to my shaky hands and keeping a stamping position, and I would certainly be keeping a set for myself as well. So if you're umming and ahhing whether to get rocker blocks, I would say 100% take the leap, go for it, you will love them. And my personal preference will always be go for the clear, don't go for the purple ones. And that's it really. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the blog for more tips, tutorials and reviews. Bye for now.